a lot of people, African Americans that are here in the states, go back just to chase their roots, where they're coming from, and one place that they usually go to a lot is Cape Town as well, South Africa. That's another big hub where they go. But speak about your experience whenever you're growing up as well, and some of the things that you went through, some of the challenges and some of the good things that you got from your experience.
So in terms of like good things, it was like I had a very good childhood. I really did. I really did have a good childhood. Like I know, like my parents try, especially my mom tried to do everything she could, to try and make sure we were good. I went to private school, which not everybody like, bro. Like not everybody get to go to private school, so one thing I've seen like in Africa, since the biggest thing is education. Okay. Cause when you were growing up and you saw like the families that their parents were like the families or your friends that like their parents like were very educated, you could see that their parents like have like more money than people that whose parents were not educated. Cause like over there, like Nelson Mandela has a quote about how through education the son of a chocolate seller can also dream big and wear like a white shirt or something like that. But it's education is big. So like at least like my parents made sure that I was getting like the best education possible, okay, that I could get. And that helped me. And that's one of the reasons how I ended up here, because I got a scholarship from the United States to Kennedy Lugar Youth Exchange and Study. And like we took like, exams, went on interviews. And trust me, if I did not have like the training that I did with school and all that, I probably wouldn't have gotten that, and been here, So that part at least was great. Like getting that opportunity, for education, was great. With the bad things, I wouldn't say they're bad because like they really like made you who you are. Like they beat us, bro. Like they whoop you with like belts and But here's the thing: the older generation of America went through that.
But this generation, it isn't going through.
This generation did not. The older generation of America went through like getting legs. I think that's what they call it, like, getting legs. But like you went like in school in Africa, bro. Your teachers will whoop you,
bro.
You do something like you get slapped. Like if your mom or if your parents like really like one teacher, what they will do is they'll go to school and then they'll tell the teacher, hey, in school, that's your son. Whatever happens, you don't need to tell us. Take care of it.
That's what it means.
Whoop his butt. So most of the time, you get whooped in school. And then when you go home, you won't even tell your parents. Cause if you go, they'll ask, what did you do? What did you? And then when you tell them, you get like twice the whipping. So like, that was, and I don't want to like paint like, a fake picture of Africa or like some in a way that it was all roses. But like, I really can't think of like huge like struggles. Like there was like never like a war in Ghana or something like that I was like, oh man, my parents had to go find, we had to leave. But everything is like normal everyday struggles that anybody else will go through, So I can't think of like any big thing that I would say like I went through, we were all bad as kids, So like, if you were bad and something happened, like you're a bad kid and like something happened to you, that's just, you being bad, Because I remember I broke my hand one time because I fell from a tree or something like that. But I was doing something bad. Right. We all have that, exactly. So I really can't think of like something that's like so bad.
I mean, bro, bro, why did you just give me on the spot like that? I mean, I don't know if you've got this experience whereby, you've done something wrong at school, right? And then they tell you, hey, bring your parent. But you say, if you bring your parent, you tell yourself, if I bring my parent, I'm gonna it's gonna be the end of my life. Right. They're gonna whoop me like so bad. But you know what you do? You find a random person outside. Yeah, I don't know if you've got it.
Oh, yeah.
You find a random person outside. You say like, hey, I can bring you as my uncle.
Right.
So,
Those stories.
so it's cool. Then you can just act as you my uncle or somebody like that because they need a parent at school. Bro, the worst thing is bringing that person, and then when they start telling him what or her what you do, that person start beating you up in front of the like the DA or somebody like that.
Yeah, principal
Bro,
or something.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that person beat you like hard. And then when you get out, you say like, "Hey, I don't even know you. Why do you beat me like that?" So and then tell you, I have to show that you know.
I'm a pinky, yeah. I'm a pinky back off that. You know, in Africa, there's like a sense of community where everybody's like in charge of like you. Okay, because like sometimes you be outside and some random stranger will just whoop you, and then they won't whoop you out of like desire, like they just want to do it. Like they will discipline you. So that's the word. They would discipline you, you know, because like there's that some sense of community that even though you might not be my son, but like I have like you shouldn't be doing that. Like I have an obligation on like my society or community to straighten you up. So like there's that also in like Africa where you know there's that sense of community, but like you know here you can't
That's
do
why
that.
a lot of us come out disciplined.
Good discipline, cause like it's not you know like school you get discipline, at home you get discipline, in your community if like you are acting a fool, somebody will just stop the day and whoop your butt, and then if you go tell your parents like, oh man, this person
They'll ask
just
you
whooped
why.
me, and then first thing they'll ask,
What
what
did
did
you
you
do?
do?
What did you
The first one, what did you do? Because they know like people were not out of like nowhere just whoop you, you know, for no reason. You know, they'll be like, what did you do? And then when you actually tell them what you did, now you're gonna get double. Cause like you are definitely acting bad. Cause like if you're acting that bad, cause they'll be your parents will be like, I'm ashamed that you are outside acting a fool and like, you know, you know you're my son. Like people know you're my son and you're acting like that in public, you're gonna get that
That's they
double.
always say. The parent in Africa, what they say, like when you're outside, you represent us. So whatever you do wrong there, it's showing that we don't really give you a good education. We don't really are good to you. So you insulting our family. So if that person beats you, so they're right to do it. Bro, and to that, I want to ask this question. Do you think like most African kids are traumatized by the fact of being whooped and being beaten up by parents?
So so like it's a fine line. I ain't gonna lie, it's a very fine line between, you know, discipline and, you know, sometimes a little overboard, definitely for sure. But hey, the Bible says spare the rod, you know, spoil the child. You know, so here's the thing. You know, of course like trauma and all of that is very, you know, important and all of that kind of stuff. But I feel like when you grow up, you know, when you grow up, you get to you know appreciate some of it. You know, not all of it. Nobody likes to be beaten and all of that. So like so at some point, you know, emotes you. You may get a little traumatized for sure, but I feel like the benefits outweighs you know the other stuff, you know. So like yeah, because I feel like if we just let you do whatever you want, you know, like you know, you're a kid, you know, you don't know what's great and what's good and bad, you know. You just do whatever, you know, cause like you know, just dumb stuff, you know, cause your friends are doing it, so there's no sense of direction for anybody. So I feel like even though sometimes it may be a little too much and it could get maybe traumatizing a little bit, I feel like it's necessary.
Now, the funny part of it is when they start beating you up and it start being too much, and they be like, just leave him. That is enough. So that's okay. So why did you tell me first to him? Like, what the first?
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing: 'cause if she doesn't turn you in and get a little bit of discipline, you know, you just gonna out, you know, every day you're gonna be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and then you keep like it's a process. You're just gonna so yeah, I feel like sometimes it is what it is, you know, So
Definitely unique, I would say.